In the United States, the two major political parties are the Democratic Party and the Republican Party. Each party has its own set of beliefs, values, and goals, and they often disagree on how to address the country's issues. In this video, we'll take a closer look at the differences between the two parties and examine their history, ideology, and impact on American politics. History. The Democratic Party was founded in 1828 and is the oldest political party in the United States. It is known for its commitment to social justice and equality, and it has traditionally been the party of labor and minorities. The party's first president was Andrew Jackson, and since then, many notable Democratic presidents have been Franklin D. Roosevelt, John F. Kennedy, and Barack Obama. The Republican Party was founded in 1854 and is the second oldest political party in the United States. It is known for its commitment to limited government, individual liberty, and free market capitalism. The party's first president was Abraham Lincoln, and since then, notable Republican presidents have been Theodore Roosevelt, Ronald Reagan, and Donald Trump. Ideology. The Democratic Party is often associated with liberal and progressive ideologies. They believe in a strong safety net, universal healthcare, and the protection of civil rights and liberties. They also believe in protecting the environment and promoting economic and social equality. The Republican Party is often associated with conservative and libertarian ideologies. They believe in limited government, low taxes, and free market capitalism. They also believe in individual liberty and the protection of the Second Amendment. They also believe in a strong national defense and a pro-business economic policy. Impact on American politics. Republican parties have had a significant impact on American politics. The Democrats have traditionally been in favor of a stronger federal government and have pushed for policies such as Social Security, civil rights, and universal health care. They have also been in favor of progressive taxation and have pushed for higher taxes on the wealthy to fund social programs. The Democrats and the Republicans, on the other hand, have traditionally been in favor of a smaller federal government and have pushed for policies such as limited government, low taxes, and free market capitalism. They have also been in favor of a strong national defense and have pushed for a more interventionist foreign policy. The two parties have also had a significant impact on American elections. In most presidential elections, the Democratic and Republican candidates are the main contenders, and the winner of the election is usually from one of these two parties. The same is true for most congressional and state elections. Additionally, it's important to note that the ideologies and policies of the Democratic and Republican parties are not set in stone, and they can evolve over time. For example, the Democratic Party has shifted towards more progressive and liberal policies in recent years, while the Republican Party has shifted towards more conservative and libertarian policies. It's also worth noting that not every member of the Democratic or Republican Party holds the same beliefs and values, and there is often internal division within the parties on certain issues. It's also important to remember that the United States has a two-party system, but there are other political parties and independent candidates that also participate in elections. These parties and candidates may align with the ideology of either the Democratic or Republican Party, or they may have their own unique perspectives on issues. Furthermore, it's also important to remember that the United States is a diverse country, and the issues and concerns of different communities may not always align with the ideologies and policies of either the Democratic or Republican Party. It's important to have a nuanced understanding of the different perspectives and concerns of various communities and to support candidates and policies that align with their needs. Overall, it's important to have a comprehensive understanding of the Democratic and Republican parties, their history, ideologies, and impact on American politics, as well as the diversity of the political landscape in the United States. This can help individuals make more informed decisions when it comes to voting, supporting candidates and policies, and participating in the political process. Another important aspect to consider is the role of money in politics. Both the Democratic and Republican parties rely on donations from individuals, corporations, and interest groups to fund their campaigns and political activities. These donations can have a significant impact on the policies and positions that the parties take, and it's important to be aware of the potential influence of money in politics. It's also important to consider the media representation and coverage of the Democratic and Republican parties. The media can shape public perception of the parties and their candidates, and it's important to be aware of potential biases and to seek out a diversity of perspectives. Furthermore, it's important to remember that the United States is a federal system of government, and state and local politics can also have a significant impact on the country. The Democratic and Republican parties may have different levels of influence and representation in different states and localities, and it's important to understand the nuances of politics at these levels. Lastly, it's important to remember that politics is not just about elections and parties, it's also about the issues and concerns that affect everyday people. The Democratic and Republican parties may have different positions on issues such as healthcare, education, and the economy, and it's important to consider how these issues affect individuals and communities. It's also important to recognize that the Democratic and Republican parties are not the only voices in American politics. Third parties and independent candidates also play a role in shaping the political discourse and can offer alternative perspectives and solutions to the issues facing the country. Some notable third parties in the United States include the Libertarian Party, the Green Party, and the Constitution Party. These parties may align with the ideologies of either the Democratic or Republican Party or may have their own unique positions on issues. Another important aspect to consider is the role of grassroots movements and activism in American politics. These movements can bring attention to important issues and can push for change at the local, state, and federal level. Some examples include the civil rights movement, the feminist movement, and the environmental movement. These movements can be nonpartisan and can also push for change outside of the traditional two-party system. It's also important to remember that politics is not just about elections, it's also about the day-to-day governance and policies that affect individuals and communities. The Democratic and Republican parties may have different positions on issues such as healthcare, education, and the economy, and it's important to consider how these issues affect individuals and communities on a daily basis. In conclusion, understanding the Democratic and Republican parties is an important aspect of being an informed citizen. However, it's also important to consider the perspectives and solutions offered by third parties, independent candidates, grassroots movements, and activism, as well as the day-to-day governance and policies that affect individuals and communities. This can help to have a more comprehensive understanding of the political landscape in the United States. If you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment letting us know what you thought. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more interesting content like this. Thanks for watching.